If there is one thing anyone engaging in rideshare should know, whether driving for Uber or Lyft, it is that canceling a trip against the wishes of the passenger can lead to violence. This one here takes the cake. I'll let you hear the news story. We'll talk about it on the other side.
Another brazen, violent attack on an Uber driver. This time a woman says she was assaulted and robbed. It happened in Rainier Beach near the Atlantic City boat ramp. KARA 7 Samantha Lomibo tells us about the investigation.
That's right. Those suspects were last seen here, but police say those suspects were originally the woman's passengers. 3 women, 1 man, and 1 toddler were seen here. But what makes it more concerning for rideshare drivers is that they say this is a popular pickup spot. It was an attack at the Atlantic City boat ramp Tuesday night that left rideshare drivers in shock.
Everywhere, you never know who you're dealing with. Like what happened last night, we're just gambling.
Bashir Youssef tells me this is where he and other drivers usually wait for rides. But around 9 p.m. Tuesday night, it's also where Seattle police responded to a driver allegedly assaulted by a group of passengers. The victim told police she couldn't make the trip without a car seat for the toddler. As she tried to cancel the ride, that's when she says an argument started.
This is crazy. This is very bad.
Ahmed Moomin with the Seattle Rideshare Drivers Association is disappointed with what happened next. Police say when the group got out of the woman's car, the male passenger punched the driver in the head and hit her with a piece of driftwood. The driver was allegedly knocked to the ground and beaten by the group. Moomin tells me the attacks on drivers has gotten out of control.
We are here being, targeted in the space that we have to kind of relax and wait for the next call. It's really concerning and it's really devastating.
Seattle police say this is where the suspects split off into the park. Again, 4 adults, 1 toddler with them. If you have any information, you are urged to call police. In Seattle, Samantha Lomibo.
Now, this is one that could happen to any of us. We've all likely have had passengers wanting to put a young child in the vehicle and they did not have a car seat on them. We've all had passengers, even without the damn child, we've had passengers that were asking us to do something we didn't want to do, and the passenger took offense to it. In this case, this one got out of hand. They actually punched the lady in the face, a female rideshare driver, doing what not only is the law, suggesting that she can't take a child without a car seat, but it's in the best interest of the damn child. If an accident happens, not only can that child be greatly injured by not being strapped in, insurance is not going to cover that. Insurance is not going to cover a rideshare driver being involved in an accident where the child was not properly strapped in. So trying to force a driver to do this is wrong to begin with. But then beating her ass, the entire group of people beating her ass, because she only tried to do what's right. Folks, when you have to cancel a trip, your antennae should go up. The minute you have to cancel a trip, if the passengers seem to be a little bit agitated, we talk about having defensive tools on you. That's the time you should be at the ready. A lot of passengers have an entitled mentality and saying no to them about any damn thing. You can't get in my car with a drink. I'm not going to sit here and wait while you go shopping at Walmart. You can't put a big ass bike in my trunk and use some type of strap to hold my trunk open. I don't do this shit. Anytime you reject the passenger for something they're wishing for, it can lead to violence. Passengers really expect drivers to be somewhat subservient to them without the option of saying no. And I'll just follow up by saying Uber and Lyft do not help drivers out in this matter at all. A lot of drivers do this, and when you reach out to Uber or Lyft for some type of relief, at best, they'll tell you, well, we deactivated that passenger so they cannot request rides anymore. Damn it, that's being reactive. We need you to be proactive. Doing something after this shit has taken place is meaningless to the driver. They're beating this driver's ass while they have a toddler with them. You hear the newscaster suggest they went running off with a toddler, beat her up, punched her in the face, took her phone and her equipment over not being allowed to put them in the car with a car seat. Now, we've also talked about dumbass passengers. We covered a story not long ago of a 19-year-old, I believe it was in Dallas, that killed his Lyft driver. They didn't really say why, but he killed his Lyft driver, took his wallet and phone and all of that shit as well. But the idea that a passenger would summon a ride via Uber or Lyft, knowing there's a huge data trail on how that driver and that rider got in contact with each other, and then commit a major felony against the driver. It's a lot of dumbass criminals out there. Now, this group that beat the hell out of this driver, how hard would it be for police to find out who requested the damn trip? Trace the phone. You can prove that the phone was at the scene when the assault took place. Some dumbass criminals out there. Hopefully these folks end up being caught and paying a hefty price for what they did. I don't feel confident that's going to happen. We know Uber or Lyft do not help drivers no matter what the hell you go through, even up to and including loss of life. Understand, if you lose your life on the job, Uber and Lyft will not even send flowers to your funeral. So when I say carry your defensive tools, damn it, I mean it. What do we say? Pepper spray, something to slice or poke with, up to and including a firearm. Anytime you got to do something against the wishes of the passenger, this is when you should really be prepared to use your defensive tools. Have them at the ready. Because in this case, this woman certainly did not deserve what she's been through. Just real quick in the comments, how many of you drivers out there, my veteran drivers, have had to reject a wish from a passenger or cancel a trip while the passenger was still in the vehicle, and that passenger became agitated, maybe started cussing at you, maybe slammed your door as hard as they could, spit on you, or even got violent? How many of you have experienced that? State your case in the comments. As always, there's always a bunch of new and prospective drivers looking to get in the game. Many of them watch these videos. I do believe it helps everyone when folks know what rideshare driving is really like and not get the rosy painted picture that Uber and Lyft often provide. Nevertheless, I'll see you in the comments. As always, feel free to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.